We have three branches of government: executive, legislative, and judicial.
Framers of our Constitution set up this system for our country 260 years ago. It proved to be one of the freest and fastest growing countries in the history of man. Today I want to invite you to explore with me how our government works as we look specifically at the judicial system, whose job it is to say what the law is.
The executive and legislative branches introduce and pass the laws of the land, among many other duties. The judicial branch interprets the laws and sees to it that these laws do not contradict the Constitution. This structure is known as the separation of power. Each branch has its power and limitations. It's kind of like a triangular raft, with each point being a branch of government. If two of them want to move in one direction, the third can work against them or let down an anchor to keep from going in that direction. This has been our strength. They must work together to move the country.
Now, the judicial branch is different from the other branches. If run correctly, it cannot make laws, but merely interpret them according to the Constitution. This does not, however, render it powerless.
The power of the judiciary was clearly stated by Chief Justice John Marshall when a case came to the Supreme Court called Marbury v. Madison. The case involved vacancies in Supreme Court positions. In the last part of his ruling, Marshall said, "It is emphatically the province and duty of the judicial department to say what the law is." That was a bold statement. The judicial branch is set up so that Supreme Court judges can make bold statements without fear of political parties or re-elections. You see, Supreme Court judges are appointed by the President and Congress for life or until resignation. It was designed this way so that they can make decisions without fear of the other branches. In other words, it equips them to make some pretty tough decisions. It's unfortunate that this freedom also gives them room to make bad decisions without fear of the consequences. Sometimes it looks as if they lose sight of their duty to stand up for the individual. It appears that it may have been so in 2005 when the Supreme Court ruled that the Fifth Amendment, which says private property can be taken for public use if just compensation is paid, they ruled that public use included public good. Now private developers can force property owners to sell their land if the government will make more money off it.
In closing, I want to remind you that our founding fathers put this government in the hands of the people. So if we are greedy and unjust, our politicians will be also. But if we are humble and honest, then our government will shine forth as a light of liberty.